I was sitting with my friend Rebecca Carlson. That's the spokesperson for the youth part of the Green Party here in Stockholm. Rebecca was like really swearing and angry about the Swedish weapons policy, how we're selling weapons to Saudi Arabia even though we know it's dictatorship and it's used against the people. And she was like, oh, sometimes I wish I could just build my own society and like show the world that you can run a society with other values and with other norms. And I was like, yeah, that's my idea. That's my dream too. We just need a house. And she said, maybe I know a house. And within a week, we came here with me, Rebecca, and my two friends that I've been speaking about this for a long time, and their newborn baby. And we came to this gigantic 3,000 square meter house. And some of the people that had previously lived here, it's been a collective house since the 70s. They showed us around the whole place. And then we sat down after this tour and had coffee, and they were like, so, do you want it? We said, shoot, let's do it. Maybe we're crazy. We don't know what we're getting into. It's a huge responsibility. We don't have any money, but we could create an amazing space for a lot of people. We really want to have a clear link with the city and with the world, and not just like isolate ourselves in the countryside and live our own sustainability bubble, but we want it to be like, okay, open for everybody who wants to come and build and make this place what they would want it to be, and also have knowledge exchange and knowledge transfer between different places and different people. Every decision that you make is based on consensus. This way of like organizing yourself and doing things was very new for me and very empowering. It really opened up like a mindset of how you can do things differently. I feel so free because I know that I can manage without almost anything. So even if I start getting used to certain like comforts and luxuries of like the urban life, I know I don't need them. I know I can be really happy without them, and I know that, yeah, if I don't have money, I will manage somehow. And that's like safety and freedom. We're trying to build the ideal that we can't do in the rest of society, and it's a really big challenge also, because it's like, okay, from the most basic parts, like how do we organize ourselves? What structures do we want to have? How do we make people feel welcome? How do we create like a participatory vibe? How can people from the outside take ownership? How do we create that platform so it's not ours, it's everybody's, but at the same time steer it towards a clear goal? To show what can a sustainable world be like? What can a sustainable life be like? How can we and everybody who comes in here change their behavior towards waste, for example, and start recycling everything and reusing everything? And how can we find a system with the water and food and everything and not leave a negative impact on the planet, but a positive impact? And at the same time work with creativity, work with dance, yoga, painting, planting our own vegetables. So we call it like an energy booster for people that are changing the world. And for me, it's also really important to work with your spirituality and yoga. For example, for me, that's sustainability, to take care of yourself and to take care of your mind and your body and your soul, and not just get carried away and trying to do something that's good for other people or good for the planet. Because a lot of people, we're so busy with our work and trying to do good that then we just like burn ourselves out and we lose our passion. And there's like no one bad person, but the way society creates people, we think that we need to achieve a certain role, we need to get certain things so that we will be somebody, and then once we are that person we still feel empty. So maybe if you consume more products or whatever, then you'll be happy. But it's, first of all, it's completely unsustainable for the planet and for people producing these things, but it's also not sustainable for ourselves because we're looking for happiness in the wrong place. A lot of people that have wanted to do good things have been living here. So it's been like the seat for large parts of the alternative environmental movement during the 70s and 80s and the solidarity movement. So you find so many cool old posters and books from like when the Green movement was starting in Sweden, basically, in the anti-nuclear movement and all these things that we now like take for granted. And maybe now we're the next generation that want the same things. We have the same ideals, the same dreams. I think we have the knowledge with us, what happened and what didn't work for them. And we have social media, which is also like really cool that we can just get the word out there. each time a group gathers and sits around the dinner table or in the garden, something is really happening in this meeting between people that maybe wouldn't meet otherwise. And you left the city behind you and you come here and people take time for each other and take time for themselves, and it's really like magic starts happening. And I think it's a very good base for us, like working with changing, making the world a better place, to have a physical place where people can come and meet and get inspired and reconnect to themselves and what's important.